All right. Hey, everyone. Getting ready for a market manager interview. We're going to help you out today.
We are.
We're diving deep,
Yeah.
into this guide we found on Indeed.com,
Uh-huh.
all about market manager interview questions.
Yes.
And this is good stuff.
Oh, it's fascinating.
It's not just like your typical, here's the question, here's the answer.
Right.
It kind of gives you like a little peek behind the curtain
Yes, it does.
of what hiring managers are really looking for.
Exactly. And it's really interesting to see
Yeah.
what they're emphasizing these days. It goes beyond just like giving the right answers. It's about, really like they're looking for strategic thinking,
Uh-huh.
leadership, problem solving, adaptability,
Yeah.
all those things that, being a marketing whiz is just the starting point now.
Right. And one of the things that stood out to me
Yeah.
was this emphasis on integrating marketing efforts.
Yes.
So instead of, having like a separate social media campaign
Mm-hmm.
and a separate email campaign,
Yeah.
a separate content campaign, it's like, how do we make all those things work together?
Mm-hmm.
And I was thinking, like, how much of a thing is that
Oh, it's huge.
in the real world?
Absolutely. I mean, think about it. Like,
Yeah.
customers today, they're interacting with brands across so many different channels.
Mm-hmm.
Like, to be successful, a market manager, you can't just like have these separate things running. You need like a holistic strategy.
Right.
It's almost like, like an orchestra conductor.
Okay.
You're bringing all these different instruments together
Yeah.
to create like a harmonious sound.
That's a great analogy.
Thanks.
So let's break down like some of these specific questions and answers
Okay.
to see how this kind of plays out.
Sounds good.
So first one up is like, developing a marketing strategy.
Mm-hmm.
And the sample answer focuses on like doing your research, understanding your audience,
Yeah.
and creating, a customer-centric approach, which is like classic marketing 101, right?
Right. But there's an extra layer here
Okay.
that I think is really important.
Okay.
You notice how they emphasize competitive strategy. So it's not just about knowing your customers inside and out.
Yeah.
You also need to understand, like, your competitors,
Uh-huh.
their strengths, their weaknesses, what makes your brand unique.
Okay.
It's like a chess game.
Mm-hmm.
You got to anticipate your opponent's moves to stay ahead.
So it's like, show us you're not just going to follow the crowd.
Right.
All right, so next question.
Okay.
Resolving a marketing challenge.
Yeah.
And then they use this example of a brand regaining market share
Right.
through a combination of SEO
Uh-huh.
and social media.
Yes.
So for anybody listening who might need a refresher,
Yeah.
SEO is search engine optimization.
Yes.
Which is basically all about making sure your website shows up at the top of those search results when
Yeah.
people Google things.
Yep.
And so you combine that with a really good social media strategy.
Yeah.
And that's how they turn things around.
Absolutely. This is a classic example of
Yeah.
just how powerful, like, digital marketing can be.
Right. It's amazing how a good digital strategy can just completely change the game.
Yeah, and it shows how important it is for market managers to be data-driven
Oh, yeah.
and adaptable.
So they had to figure out why their old strategy wasn't working.
Uh-huh.
Look at the data
Yeah,
and then adjust their approach based on that.
exactly. Stay flexible. Use data to guide decisions.
I like it.
And speaking of adaptability,
Yes.
there's another question in here
Okay.
about handling team disagreements,
Yeah,
which is something every leader faces at some point.
for sure. Yeah. I mean,
Yeah.
building consensus,
Mm-hmm.
navigating different personalities,
Yeah.
totally part of the job.
Oh, absolutely.
So what do they suggest in that scenario?
Well, they really stress the importance of
Yeah.
open dialogue
Yep.
and collaborative decision-making.
Mm-hmm.
So it's not about just like dictating solutions.
Okay.
It's about creating a space where everyone
Yeah.
feels heard
Yeah.
and can contribute to the best outcome.
I like that.
Yeah.
So it's not just about like being a marketing expert. It's
Right.
also about being a leader
Yes.
who can like bring people together
Yeah.
and build that cohesive team.
Exactly. And this emphasis on collaboration,
Yeah. Yeah.
makes me think about like the overall leadership style they're looking for.
I was just thinking that. Yeah.
It seems like,
What does this tell us?
yeah, it signals a shift towards
Yeah.
more inclusive leadership styles in marketing.
Yeah.
Like it's not the old command and control approach anymore.
Yeah. It seems like there's a theme here,
There is.
like integrated marketing strategies,
Uh-huh.
competitive analysis,
Yeah.
data-driven decisions,
Mm-hmm.
collaborative leadership.
Yeah.
They want somebody who's like, a strategic thinker, a problem solver, and a people person,
You got it.
all rolled into one,
All in one.
which is a tall order.
It is. But that brings us to a really insightful point.
Okay.
It's like beyond the specific answers,
Mm-hmm.
the questions themselves reveal a lot
Oh,
about what companies really value in a market manager.
okay.
It's like,
Right.
reading between the lines to
Right.
understand their underlying needs.
Okay. I'm intrigued now. Like,
Yeah.
what kind of hidden messages are you picking up on?
Well, there are a few that really caught my eye.
Okay.
Like, there's one about how you measure the success of your marketing strategies.
Oh,
Another about aligning your work with overall business objectives. And then one about handling tight deadlines.
right. Like, it's not enough to just
Yeah.
have these creative ideas. You got to be able to, like,
Prove it.
show the results.
Yeah.
And understand how your work is contributing to the bigger picture.
The big picture.
And be able to, like, perform under pressure.
Yes, exactly.
So they're looking for someone who's accountable,
Yes.
strategic, and can kind of stay calm in the chaos.
Someone who can wear multiple hats.
Yeah.
Think big picture, but also like roll up their sleeves and execute
Yeah.
it. Connect those marketing efforts to
Yeah.
like tangible business outcomes.
Almost like a mini CEO of marketing.
That's a great way to put it.
Yeah.
Speaking of which,
Yeah.
the frequently asked questions section of the guide
Oh, yeah.
gives a really good rundown of like
Uh-huh.
the key skills and responsibilities for a market manager.
Yeah, I was looking at that, and it's pretty comprehensive.
It is.
It covers everything
Yeah.
from like market research and analysis to budgeting and team management.
It's interesting to see how some of these skills have evolved,
Oh, totally.
Especially when you consider like
Yeah.
the growing importance of data analysis
Yeah.
and marketing technology.
Yeah, it's not enough to just like have a gut feeling anymore.
No.
You got to be able to analyze the data, understand the trends,
Yeah,
and then like use those insights
Right.
to inform your decisions.
absolutely. And then on top of that,
Right.
there's so many new marketing tools and platforms.
Oh my gosh.
So you got to be like tech savvy
Yeah.
and able to adapt to that constantly changing landscape.
For sure. And, as we're talking about these skills, I'm
Yeah.
thinking back to like that emphasis on integrating marketing efforts.
Right.
It seems like, a lot of these skills like data analysis and tech proficiency
Yeah.
are really crucial
There you are.
for creating those like seamless integrated campaigns.
Absolutely. You need all of that to really make that work.
It's like all these pieces fit together
Yeah.
to form this like bigger picture.
The puzzle.
Yeah, like a puzzle
Yeah.
of what it takes to be a successful market manager these days.
That's a great way to look at it.
So I think we've covered a lot of ground here.
We have.
We talked about, the key traits that companies are looking for.
Yep.
We broke down some common interview questions
Mm.
and even deciphered those like hidden messages
Yes.
behind those questions
Exactly.
to see like what they're really telling us
Yeah.
about the role.
It's been quite a deep dive.
It has.
And I think like the biggest takeaway here is that
Yeah.
being a successful market manager today requires a really unique blend of skills. You need that strategic thinking,
Yeah.
the leadership, and then also that hands-on marketing know-how.
It's not enough to just be a great marketer.
Right.
You got to be a great leader, a strategic thinker, a data whiz,
Yeah.
a tech enthusiast, all rolled into one.
All in one.
But don't let that intimidate you.
No?
Because I think what's really important is understanding that interview prep is not about memorizing canned responses.
Right.
It's about like,
It's about understanding the company's needs.
right, and showing how your skills
Yeah.
and your experiences align with that.
Exactly. And showcasing like
Yeah.
your unique self,
Yeah.
your unique experiences, your passion for marketing.
So for you listening, I want you to take a moment.
Uh-huh.
Think about your own story.
Yeah.
What are some specific examples from your career that showcase your strengths in these areas?
Yes.
How have you demonstrated strategic thinking, leadership, problem-solving, adaptability?
Great questions.
Maybe you led a product launch
Yeah.
that required you to like think strategically
Yeah.
and navigate a really complex market.
Or maybe you spearheaded a rebranding effort
Right.
that involved collaborating with multiple teams and stakeholders.
Yeah, those are great examples.
Your experiences are valuable,
Mm-hmm.
and that unique perspective is what sets you apart.
Right.
The more you can connect your own story
Yeah.
to the skills and qualities we've discussed today,
Uh-huh.
the more confident and prepared you'll feel going into that interview.
You got this.
You got this.
We're cheering you on.
Yes, we are.
Good luck with that interview.
In luck.
I feel like we've given everyone listening a lot to digest here.
We have.
I mean, thinking about it, it's a lot.
Yeah.
All this talk of integrated strategies and data and being a leader and like,
It is a lot.
is it overwhelming?
Yeah, but here's the thing.
Okay.
Companies aren't expecting you to be perfect in every single area.
Right.
What they are looking for
Yeah.
is self-awareness.
Oh, that's interesting.
Yeah.
So it's not about pretending to have all the answers.
Exactly.
Okay.
It's more about being honest
Yeah.
about your strengths and your weaknesses.
Right. So like being able to say, hey, I'm really good at, analyzing data and seeing the trends.
Uh-huh.
But like this particular marketing automation platform, I'm still learning about.
Right.
And it's okay to say that.
It is,
Yeah.
because that shows that you're a lifelong learner,
Oh.
which is a huge plus.
Especially in like marketing.
Yes.
Where everything is always changing.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's like they're saying, show us you're willing to grow.
Yes, to learn.
Yeah.
And if you think about that question about resolving marketing challenges, that's exactly what that example showed.
Exactly. You got to be ready to
You got to pivot
when things
aren't working.
Yeah. And so
Yeah.
think about your own experiences.
Yeah.
Was there a project where the plan just totally flopped?
Uh-huh.
What did you do?
Right. How did you adjust?
What did you learn?
What did you learn?
Those are the stories you want to tell.
Yes, because it shows you can think on your feet,
Right. And solve problems.
which is gold
Yes.
for any market manager.
As we're wrapping up, I'm thinking beyond all this, technical stuff, the experience,
Yeah.
what kind of mindset
Ooh, that's a good question.
do you think helps someone thrive in this role?
I think it's a combination of curiosity
No.
and a genuine passion for understanding the customer.
That makes sense.
Yeah.
Because ultimately, market managers are...
They're problem solvers
Yeah.
for their target audience.
Right.
If you genuinely enjoy figuring out what makes people tick,
Yeah.
what motivates them, how to connect with them on a deeper level,
Yeah.
you're already halfway there.
So it's almost like being a detective.
It is.
Like piecing together the clues to solve the mystery.
Of what customers want and need.
Yeah.
And that detective work never ends.
Right.
Which is what makes this role so dynamic and exciting.
So for our listener out there,
Yes.
prepping for that big market manager interview,
Yeah.
hopefully this is giving you a lot to think about.
I hope so.
We've, explored the skills, broken down the question, uncovered some of those secret messages behind the questions.
The hidden messages.
Remember, it's not just about
Yeah.
giving the right answers.
Right.
It's about showing who you are.
Your authentic self.
Yeah.
Your unique experiences.
Yeah.
Your passion.
So be confident.
Be confident.
Be prepared.
Prepared.
And most importantly, be yourself.
Be yourself. We're rooting for you.
Good luck with that interview.